This media is brought to you by Polyscope.
In the realm of tomorrow, where techniques mind, we ponder, we dream.
Good morning and welcome to ThinkFuture. It's show 1061 and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Dactas. That's right folks, the Dactas. Now, I mentioned before in the past, and have had considerable pushback against, that we should really be employing more AI doctors. And before you guys freak out and go, oh my god, AI doctors, that's got to be the worst possible things. How can you take a machine and have a machine understand what it's like to be a human being? Well, I'll tell you, is that one of the other things I say is generative AI is not really a machine. It's got three elements to it. It's got the human, which is the aggregated database of large language model data, which comes from humans, where the AI takes most of its information from. You has the machine, which is of course the part that takes those bits of aggregated data and puts it back together. And then it is the last human, which is you, who are putting the inputs or the prompts into the machine. So when you look at the formula of generative AI, the generative AI formula is actually 2 parts human, 1 part machine. So there's 2 parts human to generative AI as opposed to 1 part machine for any kind of a computer diagnosis. So when you're putting those things together, when you're taking the results of what humans have already done and putting those together with your results and have the AI or have the machine put those parts together, then you're creating something that's better than both of those things. It's practically a centaur, a humai, whatever you want to call it, a blending of human and AI. And what you get is you get the numbers and the knowledge of thousands, hundreds upon thousands of physicians. So let me ask you this. You're in the doctor's office. You're sitting there and you describe a condition to your doctor. Now the doctor, the human doctor who's sitting there, has only got so much knowledge in their head, right? They only know so much. So they're going to diagnose you based on what they know. This individual doctor knows. Now let's change the scenario a bit, and you're sitting in a doctor's office with an AI doctor. It's not a human being. It's an AI that you're talking to through a screen. And you give it your issue. You tell it what your issue is. And instead of a single doctor with a single brain putting their head on the problem, which is what you got in the first scenario, you would get thousands, hundreds or thousands of doctors all thinking about your scenario and mapping it against all sorts of other scenarios that are already out there. So much data that no single human being would be able to fathom. And that's your second scenario. So what would you rather have? Would you rather speak to a doctor, when you're talking to a doctor about a particular situation you have, would you rather talk to a single doctor, or would you rather talk to thousands of doctors who've seen thousands or hundreds of thousands of cases? Who would you rather talk to in that particular situation? Your human doctor or your AI doctor? You tell me. That's it for me for today. See you next time, and until then, don't forget to think future.
Pixels and philosophies merge and mold, a future untold, unseen.